On this week's episode, we're going to discuss a live-action Thundercats film.
Snarf!
Oh, God.
You've just entered the Davies Locker.
Hello and welcome to the Davies Locker. I am your host, Chris Davis, and with me as always, the sword of, oh man, Gazadee.
Oh!
Right, anyway, before we get started on what we're doing today, we need to remind everyone to subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell icon to be told every single time we release any content. If you're not following us on social media, please do it now. We are on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter on @thedavieslocker. And you know what they can do now,
Tell me, please.
You can listen to our dulcet tones. Get yourself on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify and on Google Podcasts. Search for the Davies Locker. You'll find us there. A whole back catalogue of all the stuff we've done so far. Get on it. Whether you're driving to work, whether you're going for a run, whether you're cooking chips, egg and beans, whatever. It doesn't matter, does it? Just go and listen to it. And if that's not enough for you, if there's still not enough, you can find our website, www.davieslocker.com.
Take a breath, my friend.
That's the admin out the way. Right, Gaz, what we got going on today?
Well, as you well know, Christopher, we've been feeling all nostalgic this week on the Davies Locker Towers, and we've been discussing the Thundercats.
Yeah, we've been chatting about it, and it got us thinking, didn't it? We thought, what if Warner Brothers said, we're going to green light a live-action version of the Thundercats. We're finally going to do it.
Yeah.
And who do I want to direct it? The Davies Locker boys. So what we're going to do today is we're going to give our fantasy casting for a live-action Thundercats.
Unfortunately, we do have some young viewers who won't know what the Thundercats are, which is shocking. Although, I am envious of these guys, because they could potentially go back and watch all of these cartoons that are out there and just relive what we had in our childhood.
Imagine. It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? There were so many good cartoons back when we were kids.
Yeah.
So many.
And it was at a time where you didn't have to put plot in, you didn't have to put morals into these cartoons, you didn't have to learn anything.
It's muscles.
They just watch people smash up.
Yeah, have a scrap, have some muscles, isn't it? And a sword.
Oh, mate, that's it. So, the Thundercats aired from 1985 till 1989. It was produced by a Japanese studio. I think they had a cool name like Pacific Animation Corporation.
Sounds like a made-up version.
Oh, man, I'd love to work there. It was created by a chap called Tobias Ted Wolf. And it was all about these cat-like humanoid aliens named the Thundercats.
And basically what happened is the Thundercats left their home planet of Thundera to seek out a new life on what they called Third Earth. There on Third Earth, they swore to protect the innocent using the Thundera code, the code of the Thundercats of justice, truth, loyalty, and honour.
Oh my gosh. I think that's how we should live our lives in this day and age.
They did love a scrap as well, though.
They did, yeah, they did.
They love the scrap. We should live by the code, but not carry swords or wear furry knee-length boots.
Anyway,
go on.
Here's the opening titles for the original Thundercats. Check it out.
Thundercats!
Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are loose. Feel the magic, hear the roar. Thundercats are loose. Thunder, 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 Thundercats. Thunder, 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 Thundercats. Thunder, thunder, Thundercats. Thunder, 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 Thundercats.
What a theme tune.
Good grief. Incredible, isn't it?
Oh, I love it. I love
It was, do you know what? The 80s / early 90s for cartoons, theme tunes, it was an embarrassment of riches.
Love it.
Wasn't it?
I mean, obviously we got kids nowadays, and we still have to watch a lot of cartoons, but there was nothing as catchy as the majority of stuff out there in the 80s.
No guitar solos now.
No.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
But anyway, all that aside, let's get into the nitty gritty, guy.
Okay.
Casting for a live action Thundercats.
This is it.
Right.
This is it.
First, we're going to talk the leader of the pack, the top cat,
Yeah.
Lion-O.
Oh my gosh. Now, Lion-O, obviously the leader of the Thundercats, but one thing about Lion-O, when they came from their dying planet of Thundera, his kind of formative years was in a capsule, so he didn't, I think he left when he was like a teenager, so he's not actually got a lot of life's lessons, so he's headstrong, fearless, yes, but still a little bit immature.
Because he's a grown man, but he's not had that emotional development, has he? So, with that being said, who are you going to cast as Lion-O? Now, just to clear up, we have got no idea what the other's going to say.
Yeah.
So we've done this separately, and we're going to hopefully come to some sort of conclusion. We might not. You probably might. You might. If you've got any suggestions while we're going through, please leave them in the comments.
Yeah, definitely.
But like I said, we don't know what the other's going to say. So I'm excited about this.
I'm excited. Right, okay, so let me pitch my man to you. Firstly, I thought I was kind of swayed by the red hair. My first man was Damian Lewis. I thought he's probably not got the physicality for it.
Too old.
Too old as well. So I thought, right, looking also at the demographic that we're going for, we need someone obviously younger, a fit lad, someone who can lead this film, and I think he's come on over the years. He started in High School Musical.
Oh.
He did the Ted Bundy film. Excellent. He did The Greatest Showman. My man for Lion-O is Zac Efron.
Not tall enough.
Do you reckon?
But I like him. I
Yeah.
really like him. And I'll tell you what, he's not my choice for Tygra, but he was one of the front runners.
Really?
Yeah. I just
Right.
didn't think he had it for Lion-O, but I love Zac Efron.
Okay.
He is incredible at the minute in the films. He's in, what's it called? Extremely Shocking, Ugly and Vile, or Terrible and Vile, or whatever, where he plays Ted Bundy. Amazing performance.
Really good.
Amazing performance. So, whilst I really like him, and I'm a fan of him, and he's ripped, isn't he?
He is huge.
He's got this physique for it. I don't know if he's tall enough.
Right, okay.
But having said that, see.
There you go.
Because when I was researching this and I thought of Zac Efron, I thought, nah, not big enough. But then when someone else says it, you sort of almost start to begin to convince yourself otherwise, don't you? So yeah, not a bad shout, actually.
Okay.
Not a bad shout. Do you want me to hit you with
Yeah,
one of mine?
what's your counter?
Now, my counter, and kind of not nowhere near as well known as Zac Efron,
Yeah.
but the first kind of person I thought of was Tyler Hoechlin.
Right,
Now,
okay.
he's mainly known for playing Superman and / Clark Kent in DC's Arrowverse, their sort of TV series of Supergirl, Batwoman, and The Flash. Now, he's very, very good as Superman, and he's got that look. Again, another ripped to bits, shredded to bits guy. Super handsome, fantastic, chiseled, cat-like features. And that's why I went. But he is a lot darker than Lion-O, but the assumption is that we're going to have a lot of VFX in this, aren't we, to make it happen.
We'll blow the budget.
To make it happen. We'd have a lot of maybe some motion capture, probably done in the same way as Cats was.
Yeah.
Now, funnily enough, a lot of people, when they showed the sort of early VFX for Cats like last year sometime, were like, oh, wow, this is fantastic. We need a live-action Thundercats. Yeah. Having seen Cats now, I think they might. It's sort of that seems to have died a death. Yeah. all that demand. But anyway, so he was my first one. I mean, what do you think of him? I like him, and I think he's excellent in that role. I would say, has he got enough cachet to lead this film? He's the poster boy for it. But this is what I wanted though. Okay. I wanted to go away from people who are already really well known, because I'm all about that suspension of disbelief. And my thing with this is, so my sort of overview for it was, I want to make Thundercats quite dark.
Oh, okay.
I don't want a popcorn version. I don't want a version that Scorsese would hate. I want a version that might win Marty's heart and soul and his opinion. I want to sort of Christopher Nolan this.
Yeah.
I want to do for this kind of genre what the Dark Knight trilogy did for DC. So that was my thinking. I'm going down a darker way. I'm not going for like the popcorn version of Thundercats. Mine aren't going to be as muscly.
Yeah.
They're not going to be all like roided out, like monsters.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my thinking. But so Tyler Hoechlin was my sort of first choice. Like I say, he's got the good look for it. I think with the right makeup, right VFX, he'd look fantastic. In terms of like, because this has been going on for years, people talking about Thundercats casting. I mean, going back like early 2000s, people were saying Brad Pitt as Lion-O, Hugh Jackman as Tygra, and all this kind of stuff. So there's been a load of different. If you look online, there's loads of different opinions on what people think. I mean, what do you think about choice for Lion-O? I mean, where are we going with it, Gar? What are we saying?
I don't know. It's tough, isn't it? Are we plumping for one? I'm not sure if we.
I don't know.
Maybe put it out to the audience and just see what they think.
So there you go. Gaz says Zac Efron. I'm going for Tyler Hoechlin. My other alternate was Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer.
Yeah.
He's got the erraticness, so yeah, maybe.
Danny Dyer. Thundercat, mate. Thundercats.
Settled. Danny Dyer is
Thundercats. Oi, Thundercats, oi. But no, nothing for that. No. Okay. Shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah. So the next character we're going to look at is Panthro.
Oh, Panthro.
Now Panthro, he's obviously a big fella. I think one of the most muscular of the Thundercats. Quite clever. I think he does a lot of the engineering on the vehicles and stuff.
He does.
Very jovial as well. I mean, he's quite serious, but then he'll crack a joke or two.
Yeah, he'll have a laugh, won't he, every now and again.
Yeah.
But do you want me to go with mine first?
Go for it.
So, Panthro, he is a big lad, but he's not as big as Lion-O. But he's the strongest of the Thundercats. So what I thought to myself was, I want him to be my biggest one.
Yeah.
So I do want him personally. In my version, I want him bigger than Lion-O.
Yeah.
And the man I've gone for, a fantastic actor who's only just come to the fore in the last few years, Winston Duke.
Whoa.
M'Baku.
Excellent.
From the Avengers and from Black Panther.
Excellent.
And he also was in Us, Jordan Peele's Us, alongside Lupita Nyong'o. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I think he's really good for Panthro. He's massive. He's intimidating, but he's a bloody good actor.
Yeah.
And I think he could pull that role off easily.
Yeah. I like it. I
You
do
think?
like it a
Fan
lot.
of that?
Yeah. I am. I mean, I think people, when they see Panthro, a lot of people go, it's The Rock, isn't it? It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Not for
I've
me.
gone, not for me. I think Idris Elba would be in the mix for it. Again, too old though, I think now.
Too old.
I've gone for a man that loves yogurt. It's Terry Crews.
Oh, do you know, I thought of Terry Crews.
He is Panthro, look at him.
I did think of Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Because I thought to myself, people know him mainly at the minute as like a comedy actor.
Yeah.
But I think he could pull a good serious role off, and I think it'd be good for his career.
Yeah, I do.
To do something, so I mean, not ultra serious, is it? But in my version, it'd be quite serious.
Yeah. He
Do
did play
love Terry Crews.
Bedlam in Deadpool 2, so he's got a little bit of that. I mean, it was a bit of a bit part, but yeah, I think in that kind of world, he would work.
And he's a beast, isn't he?
Flipping
A
heck,
super cool guy as well.
Yeah, I like him.
I'm torn now.
I think for your dark Thundercats, Winston Duke's perfect.
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect.
What are you doing yours then? Is yours
Mine's Total Popcorn.
Popcorn?
It's going to make $1 billion.
$1 billion?
That's what I'm heading for. I'm gonna smash Marvel down with my Thundercats. There you go.
Okay. The next character we're going to cast is Tygra.
I think he's quite clever. He's probably the cleverest, I think,
Very
of
clever.
the Thundercats. He does quite a lot of architecture, so the lair, the Thundercats lair, he helped design. And
Yeah, he's definitely the brains of the operation, isn't he?
A little bit more reserved and cautious than Lion-O.
Definitely.
Now, in my mind, he is very similar to Captain America in his kind of strong but not super muscly, clever, stoic and courageous, but not erratic.
Yeah.
So
because he's the man that Lion-O goes to. He's like Lion-O's right hand man, isn't
Exactly,
he? He
yeah.
goes to him for advice. He goes to him for counsel,
yeah,
as you might call it. So he's kind of he's a more mature, level-headed guy for
Yeah.
Lion-O, and I think Lion-O kind of looks up to him a bit, doesn't he? in some
I
ways?
think so. Yeah.
So yeah, go on then.
So well,
Oh.
not that I'm not going down the path of let's just cast the Avengers, but Chris Evans, I think that type of man that type of character would be perfect for it, but I'm not going for that. I thought Pats. I know you're a big fan of Batman coming out, but again, he's in something too big. So I've gone for Kit Harington.
Bloody hell! I was looking at Kit Harington. I thought to myself, not a bad shout, Kit Harington.
Very well known, obviously, for Game of Thrones, and he's going to be in the Eternals, Marvel's Eternals, at the back end of this year. But that would be kind of a leapfrog to help promote our film, I was thinking.
How is he going to play the brains of the operation when he knows nothing there?
Yeah.
He knows nothing.
Yeah.
So, I did think of him, but then I thought, I think Tygra's a bit older.
Right, yeah, you are probably right.
I think he's a bit older. So that's why I didn't, because I did think of Kit Harington. I thought, he's good. He would look good.
Yeah.
Is he big enough? But then I thought, well, Tygra's not massive anyway.
He's not, yeah.
And I thought like Kit Harington would look good, but I'm not sure he's old enough.
In my version, against Zac Efron, who I think plays younger, I think he would.
Yeah, in that version.
And I think they're similar age, but I think, yeah.
So in my darker version then, the man who my Lionel will go to for counsel is Sam Worthington.
Oof, yes.
Not a bad shout, I thought. So he
good,
got his break in Avatar
back
in like 2009 or whatever it was. Probably the torchbearer for the age of 3D now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic actor. He was in Clash of the Titans remakes. He was Perseus. He's a really, really good actor. So he's kind of done everything. He's done action. He's done sort of drama. He's in a film called Fractured that was out, I think, last year, which is really, really good. But the reason I've gone for him is like I say, slightly older, very stoic kind of guy. I think he'd pull off that kind of the air of nobility, seriousness, and kind of what's the word, like that dignity. I think he could play the dignity of Tygra as well as being quite a physically muscular guy. A lot of people, like we said earlier, for Tygra were saying Hugh Jackman. Worthington is a fellow Aussie. So I was going to surprise you. I was going to be like, the Aussie they all wanted for Tygra. The Aussie. And then I was going to say Sam Worthington. But he would be my pick, Sam Worthington.
I think with Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10...
Could be a problem.
Yeah, you're probably not going to get...
Scheduling conflicts. That's the thing, for some of these, like one of my cast, I know there's no chance on this earth that it would ever happen. But this is a fantasy casting, right?
Do what we want.
So
do what we want.
So you're Lino. I'm putting you as Lino now, and Cheetara.
Both of them?
Yeah, why not?
Double up, eh?
Which brings us on to the next person to cast, and boy, is she fast.
Flipping heck.
Cheetara.
The fastest of all the Thundercats.
Rapid. Her jogging speed is 120 miles an hour.
Oh my gosh.
How good is that?
That's pretty fast.
I can't remember the what it was, something to the mile or something. I can't remember. There's a quote from Thundercats, I can't remember. But yeah, so Cheetara then, who's going first? Is it me now or you?
Yeah, you.
It's me now, isn't it?
You take the honour.
So staying with my sort of serious Thundercats now. Not dark, but serious, I think. Like I don't like I said, I don't want all the muscled up things. And I think again Cheetara is a bit older.
Okay.
So I've seen a lot of, I won't say the names yet, but a lot of cast actresses bandied about for this role. But my pick would be Olivia Wilde.
Nice. I did think about Olivia Wilde. And yeah, she's a class actress.
She's fantastic, a brilliant director as well.
Yeah.
If you've not seen Booksmart, one of the best comedies of last year, easily, such a great film.
Yeah.
Go and watch it. She directed it. I think did she write it as well? I'm not sure, but it's a fantastic film. And anyway, but yeah, she's got very kind of feline features. She's a brilliant actress. Again, another one who's done it all. She's done drama. She did The Words with Bradley Cooper. She's done comedy. Burt Wonderstone. You want to call it a comedy? It's up to you. She's done action. She was in the Tron Legacy films.
Yeah.
So she can do it all. So I think she'd have that, again, that mature air about her. She's got the look.
Yeah.
Her feline features. I mean, she's beautiful, isn't she? So I think in terms of her playing alongside WilyKit, Wilykat, that sort of mother figure.
Yeah.
I think she's bang on.
Good. It's good. Yeah, I like it. When I was thinking about this, I first thought of Amelia Clark, but again with you, I think she plays too young. I think Cheetara is slightly older. So then I went to Sienna Miller.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think she's been in some films where she shows her physicality. She does action like G.I. Joe and that kind of stuff. But what I've plumped for is Deadpool's missus, Blake Lively.
Do you know, she was sort of like my second option.
Yeah.
She was my second option.
I really like her. I think she's a phenomenal
really
actress.
Really good.
She's done action in The Shallows, that shark film. She was phenomenal in A Simple Favour.
Yeah.
I really like that. And then I think her new film, which is out now at the time of recording, The Rhythm Section, is again just going to build on the excellent acting cachet and back catalogue that she's got.
Yeah, very much so. That's a tough one to call, that, between those two. Very similar.
Yeah,
very similar. Very similar. I would probably say Olivia Wilde's probably slightly less well known.
Yeah.
And again, that did play into my choice for her because she's still got the gravitas of a great CV.
Yeah.
But she's also not a massive name that people are going to kind of not be able to separate her from, like, say, Scarlett Johansson, for example, as Black Widow. You know, I want that separation. I want people to come into this, like, not with a level of expectation already.
Yeah.
I want them to see these people as just this character, nothing else. I want them to look at that screen and just see Lion-O.
Yeah.
I don't want them to see, like, say, Henry Cavill as Superman. I don't want anyone to see that. I want them to just see these characters.
Yeah.
So.
Agreed. And I think, again, that went into my thoughts about Blake Lively. She's not had one of those superhero roles. But with let's be honest, there's not many female characters in Thundercats.
No.
And I think Blake Lively is a person who can kind of command the screen when she's on it.
Yeah.
Because she's going to be fighting against a lot of these muscle-bound chaps.
Yeah.
A lot of big egos. I think she could hold her own. And that's why I went with Blake.
Definitely. Well, that's why I liked Olivia as well, because being a director, she's used to being the boss. So that's a hard one again. Yeah. I think we're like right down the middle here. We're sort of ending up sitting on the fence with each other, aren't we? So let us know which you think would be the better casting option for all the ones we've mentioned so far. Should we move on?
Let's do this.
So moving on, it's time to do WilyKit.
Yeah.
The female of the two. Are they twins?
I think they're just siblings.
Siblings,
They look twinny, don't they?
Yeah, they look twinny. So who's going first?
Me, I think.
Yeah?
Well, and I kind of lumped these two together because I was thinking they're so kind of iconic as a pair. My first thought for WilyKit was Anya Taylor-Joy. I think she looks like a cat.
She does. Bit old, I think.
Bit old. And that's kind of the theme of my casting was they were all too old.
Yeah.
Because then I went to, I thought Saoirse Ronan and for WilyKat, Timothée Chalamet would be really good together. They look very similar. But again, I was set with them. And then as I was continuing, I was like, they're too old. Too old. So I've actually plumped for the two kids from Stranger Things, Finn Wolfhard and Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay.
I think they're up and coming. I think this is the type of film that they're going to get next.
Get some bums on seats, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Get some bums on seats.
Because they do look similar, the characters, and I think these two look similar. And they've obviously got a good charisma and... what do you call it? Like,
they
chemistry together, so I think they'll do well.
And they're excellent young actors, aren't they? I mean, Finn Wolfhard's in everything. He's in the Ghostbusters remake that's coming up soon. Millie Bobby Brown, I'm not sure what she's doing at the minute, but
Godzilla.
She's going to have a huge career, isn't she?
Yeah.
There's talk of her playing the young Princess Leia and all sorts of things. Yeah. So very interesting. For my version, too well known.
Right. Okay.
Too well known. Like I say, I don't think people will be able to separate from Eleven and Mike.
Right.
For me, from the Stranger Things thing.
Yeah.
So too well known for me. But my WilyKit is a co-star of Finn Wolfhard.
Okay.
In the It films.
Yeah.
I've gone for Sophia Lillis.
Excellent.
And I think she's perfect.
Yeah.
My thing would be like, when I thought of it, I thought perfect.
Move on.
I honestly did. I thought because she's got the red hair.
Yeah.
She's got that perfect look. I think with the added, VFX and makeup, etc., I think she'd be bang on.
Right. Okay.
I really do. I think she's got the physicality for it. And again, not that well known, but an up and coming young actress who's really good. So I thought she fits right in with the ethos that I've got for my cast.
Yeah.
Alongside her, as WilyKat, I've gone for a young chap called Harry Gilby.
Right.
Now, a lot of people might not know who this kid is,
Yeah.
but he's a really good actor who I first saw in the film, I think it was out last year, the Tolkien film, telling the story of J.R. Tolkien growing up. And he plays a young Tolkien, older Tolkien, I say older, plays him to like he's about 30, is Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good film. The soundtrack is amazing. So just check it out if you've not seen it. But he's in that film, Tolkien, and he's brilliant in it.
He is, yeah.
He's got a really good look. Again, I think he'd look really good alongside her. He's got very feline features, a very handsome young lad. So I think he'd be ideal again. And he's a really good actor.
Yeah, he is.
He's in a film called, what's it called? Just Charlie.
Right.
I think it's called. And he basically, such a brave role for someone of such young years to take on. It's basically, it was out in 2017. He's a young lad who's a bit of a up-and-coming football star, in his school and all that kind of thing. But he has a gender identity crisis. Okay. And he believes that he's a girl trapped in a boy's body. And it's, and obviously then there's the fallout from all of that. And it's such a great performance from such a young guy.
Yeah.
And so for me, those two, they fit my bill really perfectly well. Look the part, really good actors.
Yeah.
And not overly well known, so that people can be like, right, that's WilyKit, that's Wilykat.
Yeah. So Jaga is the next character. He is from the Thundera, Planet Thundera. He kind of gifted Lion-O with the Sword of Omens. He was the true keeper, and he kind of comes back ever so often to give him advice and kind of lead them. So yeah.
Now this is my one where I've not got a hope in hell.
Right.
of him accepting this role.
Right.
However, he looks to me perfect for it, especially in terms of facial structure.
Yeah.
And it's one of the greatest actors of all time, 3-time Oscar winner Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh yeah.
If you look at Jaga, and you look at his nose, especially, it's the same. They're the same.
Yeah.
He looks, and if he could play him old, he could play him like in my version, Jaga wouldn't have, he's a bit muscly in the cartoon, but he wouldn't be that muscly in my version. He'd be, in trim shape, but he wouldn't be like this, But I think Daniel Day-Lewis, with that powerful voice that he could deliver, would be outstanding.
No matter what the others promise to do, when it comes to the showdown, they won't be there.
We are met at this chosen ground to settle for good and all. Who holds sway over the 5 points?
Never going to happen, though. It's not his ballpark at all, is it? At all.
Plus, he's been waiting for this, though, all of his career.
Yeah, but how would he do the method acting? He's a method actor. How could he get into it? Like,
Just
when
be
he
a
built a
ghost or
butcher. He learned butchery. When he was in My Left Foot, he wouldn't get out of his wheelchair and all that kind of thing. He learned how to be a shoemaker. He's boxing. He's done it all. So I don't know how he'd get into the method for Jaga.
So he'd just be a cat, just go around as a cat.
Licking people. Funnily enough, now you mentioned cats, I should get a bit more leeway in this, because I got 3 cats and you haven't got any.
I know, I haven't.
Ennis, Fig, and soon Little Bo, who's arriving this weekend.
Yeah. All right. If that's what your credentials are, I know why Warner Bros have selected you.
He has got 3 cats. Spielberg hasn't got any. So Daniel Day-Lewis, that's who I go for.
Okay.
It's never happening, is it?
No. For me, Jaga is a very similar character to Obi-Wan, and I would love to bring as a CG character Sir Alec Guinness back and do it. No, not really, because people are going, what's going on here? I did think of J.K. Simmons. I think he's got that kind of look.
He's ripped as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
J.K.'s a strong fella.
Yeah, but who I have gone for, and this guy isn't as ripped, and I kind of went down the same line as you. I've gone for James Cromwell.
Good shout.
Famed for Babe.
Yeah.
He was in the new Jurassic Park recently.
Yeah.
And I think his look, his facial
Very
structure
good
is similar to Jaga's as well. And I think just as that, he's obviously not going to have a big role, so he doesn't need to be on set too long, but I think he'd be the man.
My favourite role of his is Green Mile. He's amazing in that.
He's some really good, and every part he does, like iRobot, he's in it
Yeah.
infrequently, but when he's on it, it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Good shout.
Yeah.
You'd have more chance with him
Probably.
than Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
He's not. DDL's not coming out for nothing, is he?
No.
That'll do, pig.
So the last of the goodies is Snarf. So what we've said is this will be a CG character, very much in the same vein of Rocket Raccoon.
Voiceover, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
And with that in mind, I've gone for one of the kings of voiceover,
Go on.
Mark Hamill.
Right. Wow.
He would be my Snarf. I think he'd be perfect.
Wow.
Mark Hamill. He's done loads of voiceovers, like across like DC, Marvel, and all sorts, isn't he? He was the Joker, like one of the most famous versions. I mean, everyone loves his Joker.
Yeah.
He also has recently done Chucky, Child's Play.
That's right. Yeah.
And he's in some space film apparently as well. There's like I don't know, Luke Skywalker or something, some little known
I'll stick on the list.
character. But Mark Hamill would be mine.
Right. Okay.
And when I thought of it, I just thought like, I mean, some of it's like, I mean, I like Star Wars, so I'd love to meet Mark Hamill. So some of it would be like, I get to go and record the studio with Mark Hamill just going and doing all this, and I'd be like, oh, this is brilliant.
I was just trying to think of people with really good voices, not necessarily imitating Snarf from the cartoon, but just have good voices. So
I like how you committed to that Snarf then.
Yeah, thanks, mate. That's all I do now. Just wander around with Snarf. So I thought Danny DeVito, I'd love him in it, but then he's done the Lorax, and I think that was kind of in my subconscious. Someone going, yeah, he does look a bit like Snarf in that. I think as a kind of an upbeat, squeaky voice, fast-talking chap, Kevin Hart, in my version would work really well. But who I've gone for is someone that you may be surprised I've gone for, Adam Sandler.
Wow.
And I'm thinking back to his like Happy Gilmore, Waterboy type
Billy Madison.
roles, where he had that kind of
Little Nicky.
type. So I think as Snarf, he'd work really well.
He would be good as Snarf, but I can't get over my bias for Mark Hamill. Hamill himself. Fan of the show.
Yeah,
Love
big fan of the show.
The Prelude, and if you've not seen the Prelude, go back onto our channel, go and watch the Prelude. It was our launch episode. It's basically a massive homage to some of your favourite films from the 80s, 70s, 90s, whatever. It's great. And if Mark Hamill likes it, then you can like it.
You want to engage the blunts to Panthro?
So, the baddies. The baddies of the Thundercats world. Third Earth. The naughty boys.
They are naughty as well.
So first off, who are we going with? Mumm-Ra.
Mumm-Ra, the ever living.
What are you going to go with?
Well, so there's like almost two versions, isn't there, of Mumm-Ra? There's like the mummified version.
Like the old version.
Yeah, the old decrepit fella.
Yeah.
And then when he kicks off, when he becomes Mumm-Ra the ever living, that's when he's huge. I think we may, in my version, we are going to have to use a bit of CG because apparently he's like 9 foot tall.
Definitely have to see you.
And I've not-
Thanos style, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, a couple of people I was thinking of. I really liked Bill Skarsgård in It. I thought his portrayal was excellent. And if anyone says any different,
No, I agree. I like him.
then I thought, I don't know, because I don't want it to be shoehorned. He might go, nah, I've done something similar. So I went, then my second thought was Jordan Peele, because he's a good character actor and he loves a bit of horror as well. So I think he might be, I might have this. But I've gone for the king of this kind of mocap style in Andy Serkis.
Wow, well, see, this is interesting.
He'd love it. He would love it.
This is getting interesting
Yeah.
because I'll save it. I'll save it. But he's fantastic. There's no denying Andy Serkis is fantastic. But while we're on it, I might as well say then, because I might as well skip Mumm-Ra for a moment.
Okay.
Andy Serkis is my Slithe.
Really?
I think there's no one else that can play him.
Bold
Slithe.
statement.
I think Andy Serkis is the man. He is the king of creature physicality, isn't he?
Yeah.
King Kong, Gollum, Caesar from Planet of the Apes. I mean, what else has he done?
Was he in Mowgli? He was...
Oh yeah, he was a Baloo.
Baloo, yeah, Baloo.
I mean, he's the man, and he's a brilliant, brilliant actor.
He is.
I mean, and that's when he's just playing, you know, a character like when he's in Black Panther.
Black Panther,
He's
yeah.
Ulysses, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's just brilliant. He really, really is brilliant.
Yeah.
One of the best, I think. He's just been awarded by BAFTA, isn't he, with like a sort of lifetime achievement or something.
Achievement, yeah.
I mean, he's that good. He's changed
excellent.
the game. Changed the game when it comes to motion capture and
Yeah.
things. And a fantastic
Agreed.
director as well.
Fantastic.
Shall I tell you about my Mumm-Ra?
Yeah, let's double back.
Now these two, again, like WilyKit, Wilykat, I was confident I'd nailed Mumm-Ra and Slithe.
Okay.
So Andy Serkis is Slithe, imagine that,
Good.
alongside Hugo Weaving as Mumm-Ra.
Really?
The voice, the look, the face,
Yeah.
and then he's got that physicality to play like that sort of weird looking, because of the way he looks, that weird looking frail thing. And then once the transformation happens to the, what's it called, the ever living or whatever,
Yeah.
he can be intimidating. He's Agent Smith,
Yeah.
Lord Elrond. He's in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. You know, he's a fantastic actor. Not coming back from Matrix 4, but anyway, whatever. But he would be my Mumm-Ra, and I
Yeah.
think he'd be really good.
And your Slithe is Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
So my Slithe, I was thinking, because he's like a big fella, and I was trying to use as much practical effects as I could. My first thought was, in fact, a bit left field this, Joe Rogan. I'd have Joe Rogan in it. I think he'd be loving it. He'd be like, yeah, I'm all over this.
I'm not sure he could do it.
He likes performing, doesn't he? It's all theatre, what he's in nowadays. But who I've gone for, check this. Perfect, nailed it. Simon Pegg's mate, Nick Frost, as Slithe. Come on. Come on.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Very interesting one, because I mean, if yours is a bit more popcorny, you're going to have elements of comedy,
Exactly, definitely.
things like that, aren't you? A bit of, you know, a bit lighter touch here and there, because they
Yeah.
are sort of bumbling idiots in some ways, aren't
A
they?
lot of them are, yeah.
So, Nick Frost, Andy Serkis, Hugo Weaving, or who did you go with?
Andy Serkis.
Oh yeah, Andy Serkis.
We're definitely getting Andy. He's just, what role is he playing?
Cheetara.
Yeah.
Next. Okay. So that's Mumm-Ra, the two main
Yeah.
villains, isn't it? Mumm-Ra and Slithe covered.
Yeah, so we've got 3 left.
So, the next sort of triplet of baddies, Monkian, Jackalman, and Vultureman.
Yeah. A lot of muns in there.
A lot of muns.
Yeah.
Ian Monk. I've changed mine too. My dark version.
Right, okay.
He's the Thundercats accountant. Ian Monk. But no, so Monkian then.
Yeah.
Am I going first or you?
Yeah, you can
I'll
go.
go.
I think so.
Well, funnily enough, he's already been mentioned once, my choice for Monkian.
Okay.
And he was your choice for Mumm-Ra, I think, was he? Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, he was up there. Yeah.
So Bill Skarsgård would be my choice for Monkian. Same reason that you said that physicality he brought to Pennywise in the new It films. That look. The look he can do, his sort of facial features. He's very rubber-faced, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
In that kind of Jim Carrey mould, he can do a lot of this. And that thing he does with his eyes in as Pennywise, he was doing that for real. It's not CGI. Incredible. So he'd be my choice for Monkian. Now Monkian as a character, he's kind of the leader of those 3, isn't he? I suppose.
Yeah, like the sub leader, isn't he? Slithe is the main mutant leader, but he's like.
And he's kind of he's a bit like a spy, isn't he?
Yeah, not very clever. I don't think any of them are clever, but he's not particularly clever.
And that's important in my version. They're not going to be muscled up. They're going to be more conniving, sly, like proper weaselly villains in mine. I want them dark. I want them evil.
Right, okay,
And I'm going to lose a bit of the bumbling nature that they've got in the cartoon. I'm going to lose a little bit of that for my version. So I think he'd fit that perfectly. Bill Skarsgård for me, for Monkian.
Man, yeah, he's a fantastic actor. I want him on set doing something. So, but
Cartwheels.
yeah, whatever. Cartwheels with his eyes going.
Barbecuing.
So my version,
Yeah.
I'm sticking as true to the cartoon as I can.
Yeah.
So this is a big fella. This
Okay.
is like a gruff kind of older mutant, I think. So I was thinking Scott Eastwood was someone who came
shout.
to mind, but I'm staying Welsh, mate. You know me. I've gone for Luke Evans. Luke Evans.
We love Luke Evans on here, don't we?
I'm just getting him on because I want it to be anything. Everything
I
do.
think I like him too much for him to be Monkian, though.
Yeah, well, I think his role as Gaston in Beauty and the Beast, he was a bit of a, I don't like this fella.
Yeah.
And I think he would lend that well with a bit of stupidity.
Yeah, he could.
Added stupidity and...
Yeah.
God,
He's great, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I'd be rooting for him, though. That's my problem. I'd know it's Luke Evans and I'd be like, I'm rooting for you, Luke.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you. I mean, if he was having a scrap with Lionel, I'd be like, I won't mind Luke getting a couple of digs in.
If there's a spin-off,
Yeah.
I assume it'll be musical. He can sing as well.
He's a hell of a singer.
Him and Zac Efron, I think it'll be a sing battle.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Thundercats school musical. Okay, let's move on to...
Jackalman.
You going first or me?
Yeah, well, me. Funnily enough that you said Jackalman, I think there's too many male characters in the baddies. There's no female, so I'm actually changing it from Jackalman to just the Jackal.
I like your thinking.
I'm taking your
I like
rules
your thinking.
and I'm throwing it away, mate.
I like your thinking there.
Yeah. So then I was thinking, and Jackalman, or the Jackal in my version, quite a bit of a lackey, I think, goes and gets stuff. So it has to be an athletic type person, and then they're quite sarcastic. So Sly will say something and I'll be like, oh, whatever, Sly.
Yeah, he has the funny lines, doesn't he?
Yeah. So I started looking at like female comedians, and the Saturday Night Live cast is what I went to. Again, I didn't want someone as like a massive name because I don't think they'd want it. So I was thinking Kate McKinnon is someone that's growing in stature for that type of role.
So, yeah.
And I really like Leslie Jones.
Yeah, okay.
She was in, obviously, Ghostbusters, which that didn't go down too well, but I think she's a tall lady, good physical presence.
Yeah, very much so.
But in fact, who I've gone for, someone who is up and coming in some respects, Jamila Jamil.
Oh.
Good British actress, is in The Good Place as well, so got quite a good deadpan type comedy.
But yeah,
And I
very
think
sharp.
I think she'd be really good for that role. Just kind of to play off the other kind of male mutants. I think it'd be good.
Yeah, I like what you did there. You know, I like you switching it up a bit.
Yeah.
I've not done that.
Pig.
Yeah. Chauvinist. I've not done that. Like I say, but I think my Jackalman does fit into this little trio that I'm trying to build, and I'm going to have him played by Paul Dano.
Ooh, very good.
What an actor.
Excellent. Yeah,
Isn't
really
he?
good.
He's good in everything, isn't he? Notable in There Will Be Blood alongside my Jaga, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
He's not my Jaga, he's never going to happen, is it? But there you go. but yeah, Paul Dano, I think he'd be brilliant. Like I said, I think he'd be brilliant at playing that sort of, which he kind of is in There Will Be Blood, a little bit of a snivelling house, as I said. I think he'd be weaselly, evil, can play that kind of sneaky, conniving kind of character really, really well, and I think he'd be great.
Excellent. Yeah, I really like Paul Dano. I think he's one of those actors that I don't think gets enough credit.
No.
For the roles he does. No one's ever talking about Paul Dano in a film, but he, in all the scenes that he's in, generally he's unbelievable. But you need to sign him up quick because he's going to be in the Batman as the Riddler.
That's a change, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah,
he's going to be great in that. He's going to be really, really good in that.
Yeah.
He's good in everything. So yeah, so I think he'd be brilliant in this, in my sort of darker retelling. I think he'd be fantastic. And then he'd be alongside, so shall I move on?
Yeah, go for
to
it.
Vultureman.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow your mind now with this one. He'd be great alongside someone who I think is due a resurgence.
Okay.
A fantastic actor who needs a new lease of theatrical life, I think. And that man is Macaulay Culkin.
There's no way I would have had that in my top 100 people that you were going to say for this.
Macaulay Culkin.
Wow.
I think, Macaulay Culkin, right? I think he could be a kind of, in terms of looks-wise, in terms of, he's a skilled actor.
He is.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He could be the next Willem Dafoe type actor. I think, I think he'd be a great Joker. I mean, it's been done enough now.
Yeah.
I think we can leave the Joker now. Like, no one's beating Heath and Joaquin, are they? Let's just leave it at that. And Jack Nicholson, of course, and Jared Leto, less so. But, but we can leave it there, can't we, with Joker? But Macaulay Culkin, I think, as Vultureman, would be brilliant.
Interesting.
Brilliant. And again, he'd fit into that little trio that I've got going on of evil, little snivelling, little twerps.
Yeah.
I think he'd be great. So
I like it.
So yeah.
I like it, yeah.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, well,
Interesting,
like I say, interesting, yeah.
It's shrewd. It's bums on seats, that. Because Warner Brothers have gone, Chris, we've given you loads of leeway with this cast. You've cast people who were like, they're well known but not massive, you know. Yeah. We were hoping for Henry Cavill as Lionel, you know, but we've let you off. Yeah. And I've got my trump card here.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin, Kevin McAllister.
Because it'd be intriguing when people would be like, what is he going to be doing in this?
Hitting Lionel with paint.
Micro machines everywhere.
So yeah, so Macaulay Culkin would be my guy.
Interesting, Mr. Bond.
Yeah, thank you.
I like it. So my Vultureman is... So I think he's more of the brains of the Mutant Bunch. He's more of a scientist, I think, and he does stuff on their vehicles and that. So I don't necessarily need someone who is proper ripped, but the first person I was thinking of, and because I like saying his name, Kumail Nanjiani, and I think now he's got the Eternals, he won't be interested in this. So I've gone for someone who his stock will rise massively, in my opinion. James Norton. Now, he's done a lot of TV over here, hasn't he? Grantchester and Happy Valley. He was in Little Women and The Big Screen, but I think he is my tip for the next Bond. He will be the next James Bond. Stick your money on it now. He's a tallish chap. He's got some striking eyes because he's going to have a big beak, isn't he?
Yeah, good-looking fella, yeah. And a good shout for next Bond.
Yeah.
A good shout because I think if I was going down the Bond route, I'd probably go with someone like him. I like the lesser knowns. Like I say, I think it's always better.
Yeah. And like you say, because a lot of people are saying Cavill maybe, Tom Hiddleston, they're too well known for roles like Superman and Loki. You can never...
No, you can't separate yourself from it. And that's like I say, that's my whole ethos for my Thundercats cast.
Yeah.
But, good shout. There you go. Like I keep harping on about Pattinson being the best Batman ever. Cassidy's got Norton as the next Bond.
Yeah. I
mean, we're hitting you with the news here, aren't we? We're hitting you with the predictions. We're probably completely wrong.
Way off.
But at least you can laugh at us, can't you? Yeah. That's what we're here for.
We'll take this down. We'll take this off.
Delete
YouTube.
Gone. Yeah. Is that it?
I think so, yeah, that's it. That's our casts.
That's the casts done for Thundercats. I almost said Thunderbirds then. Imagine.
FAB, Christopher.
Thunder. So that's it for the Thundercats cast. Like I said, if you agree, disagree, completely nonplussed by what we've said, please let us know in the comments. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell icon to be told every time we release any new content. And follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter on @TheDaviesLocker. And you can even listen to us. You can listen to this. So you might not be able to see any pictures we put up when we're talking about these people that we're casting. But you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify and Google Podcasts. It's not bad, is it?
Perfect.
Do you want to know a little bit more information?
Where would I go to find this information?
You could find that information on our website, which is www.thedavieslocker.com. There we have it.
Brilliant.
The end, guy.
Excellent. Yeah. And again, we love your comments. So as much as you can provide us. Yeah. And if there's any kind of fantasy castings you want us to do. Oh, yeah. Maybe all the Thunderbirds. Why not? Stick the Thunderbirds on it.
The Thunderbirds. Do you know which one I'd like to do?
Go on.
The Visionaries.
Oh, mate.
Knights of the Magical Light.
Again, another fantastic theme tune.
An embarrassment of riches, like I said.
Mysterious Cities of Gold. Just to hear that theme tune again.
Maybe not that version.
Okay.
But a belter. But yeah, so like Gaz says, if you've got any fantasy castings you want us to do, let us know in the comments. I'd love us to pick one from you guys. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
Anyway, that's the end of this. We will see you soon.
See ya.